All right, what's going on YouTube? Today I want to say, is this a good idea to date a stripper? Now let's talk about this issue because people will say there are no nice women working at strip clubs. Now, the concern I have, this is based on psychology here. Is a stripper a good idea here? Yes or no? Do you think it is or not? Let's talk about this. Now, a lot of times when women work in these professions, or even men do, they are going to get pushed off the edge because they will deal with all the worst of the worst types of people. Like if a woman is doing stripping or escorting after a certain point of time, psychologically, she's not going to like men when she deals with the most perverted psycho of that whole population. It'll push them off the edge. And, like we watch Boogie Nights, we see the scene with the roller skates where she was in that car and the guy just pushed her off the edge. She exploded on him. Well, you date a stripper, they may play you. They may have very good social skills. They know how to manipulate you. They cheat on you religiously. They'll push you around if you talk to somebody else. They want to spend all your money on drugs and all kinds of stuff. They act like they own you. The list goes on. This is the concern you have. Now, you could have a very nice person who's a single mom who's trying to raise a child, and they're the exception to this rule. But I don't know how long they're going to be nice if they keep dealing with all these creepy perverts, because it'll push them off the edge at some point. They'll deal with all these psychos and slime balls that are married scumbags that are trying to cheat on their wife at a strip club and crap like that. And then you'll have to deal with it. And you'll marry into this. Like if a dude's dating an escort, consider the fact they got psychological studies here that say these people have emotional psychological damage, drug abuse, in a lot of cases, institutionalization, incarceration, mental illness. The list goes on. Do you want to marry into this? Like, seriously, when you get a sexually oriented profession, do you think these people are nice individuals for you? I say get out of that bandwagon immediately. These are not the kinds of people I make these videos to kind of warn you what to expect. Because you get somebody who works in a sexually oriented profession and maybe a very bold personality oriented person. They could talk the talk, seem wonderful to hang out with, but then they turn into your worst nightmare. These are not nice people. Dating a stripper can be a big mistake if you get the wrong two people together. You get a nice, trusting, naive person, hooks up with a stripper who's a social wolf. He or she will just totally walk all over them because they'll see what they can get. It's like a prison pen pal situation where you're paying somebody to be your friend, really. And, you're basically paying them, they're going to want your asked to send them money all the time. They will want you to just like bend over backwards for them. Just like if a man's dating a stripper, or like this one guy mentioned this on YouTube too. Get out of that immediately. Now, if you have somebody who's a nice single mom, but they don't have like a psycho dad somewhere that's out of the picture trying to get back in, maybe it's okay if it's one person that's decent. But how do we know this? Because you can have sometimes when somebody works in that kind of profession and they're out there to use people. It's like Aileen Wuornos had a history of using men to get what she wanted. She used sex and flirtation to get what she wanted from men. And that's the problem with these people, because they will use what they can to get what they want from you, and they'll play you. Like, look at Alex Tickleman, the call girl. She totally comes in this guy's life as a model, is this beautiful, glamorous, charming person, and then next thing you know it, she says, I know what he took, but I didn't see him take it. And she hangs up on the 911 operator, and it's very suspicious. It's obvious she killed him. And this is what can happen when a guy gets close to the sex person, tries to get them out of that profession, tries to change their life. Because sometimes they are hopeless and don't want to be changed. And, this is like dating the thug. So I make this video hopefully to warn people against this, because this is where the top 10 people to avoid can converge in these categories. Now, out of 10 strippers, you may have a lot of very nice people that are edgy and fun to hang out with, but you just never know here, because you could have some people who are brutal and violent, some people who are not. And, this is where you could never know, because in these categories, you can have a super charming person. It could be the last thing you see alive if you're not careful. So, it's my video and hope it helps. Thank you. Bye.